Hey guys, Automated Garage back today. Got a 2012 Suburban here with the 5.3. We got a water pump squeak. Only squeaks once you get it up to complete operating temperature. It sounds as if it would be possibly even the alternator or one of the idler pulleys, but it is the water pump. You can grab the neck of the water pump here and you can feel a slight play in the bearing movement. It is not leaking, but we have a squeak. So we're gonna show y'all today how easy it is to replace this water pump. This is a 1.9 hour job, so most shops will probably charge you around $190 labor, maybe more depending on their labor rate. I'm $100 an hour, which is cheaper than most right now. So I'll show y'all how to do this, how easy it is. So let me turn around here and we'll get started. So first things first, we are draining our coolant and we're catching it there. Your drain is right down there. You see that white cap right below that line on the radiator. Screw that out and you'll see the hose next to it. Now that I added that hose to it so it would run down, otherwise it's going to run all over the frame, and this little skid plate thing on the front and all that keeps us from making a mess so we can actually catch it. So first step, drain your coolant. All right, while your coolant's draining, you can go on and get started up here. You got to pop this off. So you need to remove your little engine cover deal right here. It's just got these little holding tabs. You just pop it up. You got an 8mm clamp here, 8mm clamp here. You have this little hole down here where it slides over there on the air intake. And you have this Christmas tree right here that you have to pop off. So let me get all those loose and we'll get our air intake off. You also have this push fitting right here in your air intake. Just pop it out. And now we should be able to work our air intake off. All right, you got to remove the belt now. Here's your tensioner right here. You got a 15mm. You're gonna go down. It's gonna take the tension off your belt and you can slide it off. All right, now you need to remove all your clamps from all your hoses that go to your water pump. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4 hoses to remove. Just take your clamps, slide them back. And when you work these hoses off, what I like to use is my little crow's foot or cat's paw, whatever you wanna call it, and kind of get behind these. You can get underneath them a little bit and pry them off. Don't be grabbing them with your channel locks, twisting back and forth. You start eating your hose up unless you're replacing all your hoses. So all of our hoses are nice, soft, and supple on this one, so we're not going to worry about replacing anything as far as hoses go. So work those off and then we'll be ready to start unbolting our water pump. All right, we got all of our hoses removed and tucked up out of our way so we have nice free access here to everything. You need to remove your tensioner here. You got two 15mm, one right here underneath, other one right here. So remove that first. Then we're gonna start taking our water pump bolts out that are 10mm. All right, we removed our 6 water pump bolts. I'm gonna tap the water pump with a rubber mallet. We're gonna get it loose. I'll show you exactly where all these bolts are so you'll be able to see it. It'll be a lot easier than showing you on the truck here. Even though you have drained your coolant, you're gonna get a flush of coolant still coming out of the motor. So just be prepared to catch it so you don't make a big mess. You don't have to do anything hard, just tap on this real easy. There you have it. So now that our water pump is off, this is exactly the orientation on the motor, right side, left side. Looking at it, you got 3 right here. Can't really see this one from the top. You got 3 right here. Can't really see this one from the top. Just make sure you get all 6 out before you go to beating on this trying to get it off. All right, you have 2 gaskets to remove right here. Have an O-ring in them just like that. One there. And get you a pick to get behind this one. These will come with your water pump. So now we're waiting for our water pump to show up here at the shop. What you want to do is go on and prep these surfaces, make sure they're nice and clean. Got a little bit of some corrosion built up there, not much. Just get you a little Scotch-Brite pad and make the surface real nice and clean. Make sure you don't have anything that's going to get in between it and the block here. All right, we got a new water pump here. We removed our thermostat housing from the old one here. I always replace the thermostat when I'm doing these. I mean, why not? You're here, it's like 15 bucks. Just put a new thermostat in it while you're doing it. We went over to the wire brush. We cleaned this housing all up, got any gasket material off of it. And just as a side note, you have that little tab on your gasket. You see right there, it goes into the housing. So put it into the housing and then put it in here. So like I said, 11 foot-pounds or 132 inch-pounds. And you got that ready to go. You could do this on the truck if you want, but I was gonna go and knock it out right here. All right, we got our water pump on with our new gaskets and everything's finger tight. You're gonna torque to 11 foot-pounds. There's really no particular sequence, but what I kind of do is I go here, 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 and then come back and do this outer one and do this outer one and go in that pattern. But you do 11 the first pass, 22 the second pass, you're good to go. Then we can put everything else back together. Something else worth mentioning, now would be an excellent time to replace this AC belt if yours needs to be replaced. I did this one on this truck within the last year for them, so we're good on that. It's really easy, especially if you do it before you put this water pump back on, but just keep that in mind and be a good time to check that out. So I'm gonna get this torqued, we'll put everything else back together. All right, raw torque, hoses are on. I will say, if you're reusing your hoses and you're reusing your factory clamps, just make sure you put them back in the exact same spot, because these hoses will get what I call a memory. If you don't line the clamp right back up with the grooves, it may not squeeze the hose down tight enough to keep everything in place. So your choice, you can put new clamps on it, you can reuse these clamps. If you do, just make sure you put everything back in the exact same spot where it lines right back up so it holds your hose tight enough. All right, so now we're gonna put our belt tensioner back on, and then we can throw everything else back together. So we'll catch up then. We'll fill it with coolant and crank her up. All right, we're all back together. Don't forget to tighten up your 8mm. Get that line back up on that stud right there. And don't forget to plug your little line back up here on the side of your air intake. We're gonna put the cover back on. We're gonna fill it with coolant. We're gonna crank it up, let it get up to operating temperature, check for leaks, check our coolant level, and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video on throwing a water pump on this Suburban here. This should apply the 07 through 14. Only differences you may have with a little earlier or a little later than that would be fan configuration. If you have a manual fan, that's really the only difference. You'll have to break the fan loose from the water pump there. But not much difference. Do it yourself, save yourself some money, know it's done right. Not very hard. You can pick up the parts at your local parts store. You could use the Murray water pump or the AC Delco pump like we used. Your choice, whatever. Murray comes with a lifetime warranty. Anyways, it's Automatic Garage signing out. Go check out all the other content on our channel. Got a whole lot of how-to videos, a whole lot of power stroke and other diesel stuff on the channel here. We appreciate y'all checking that out. Go check us out at automaticgarage.com, Instagram, and Rumble. We'll holler at y'all later.